What I'm going to go ahead and discuss today is go over some top reasons to consider gaming peripherals over just your average, everyday, ordinary mice, keyboard, controllers. Because believe it or not, it can make you better. I didn't say it's going to make you good, but it can improve your gaming experience.
Feeling the premise is targeted towards me. All right, go ahead, Glendon.
Well, I mean, if you've got a guilty conscience, Brad, then
I was
it could be towards you.
Okay, all right. Let's hear him, Glendon. Let's hear.
All right.
We feel it back.
The first reason that I want to cover would be, like I said, improved gaming performance. Gaming peripherals like mice and keyboards, controllers are designed to offer enhanced precision and speed, which can help you better perform in the game. Polling rate on mice, a gaming mouse is generally going to go higher than your average everyday desktop mouse, right? Your response time is going to be improved, which in turn can help speed up, your gameplay, especially if it's in a fast-paced, twitchy type of game like your first-person shooters. So again, like I said, it's not going to make you good, but it can improve your performance, in an incremental level. Another thing that you can do, and I kind of touched on this last week or the week before, whenever we were talking about customizing your PC experience. Well, with your peripherals, you can do the same thing. There's a lot of different options out there that allow you to tailor them to your specific needs and preferences. Things like programmable buttons or RGB lighting experiences, even adjustable weights. There are different mice that are out there on the market now that you can take and put little, gram to 5 gram, 6 gram weights inside the body of the mouse.
Oh, yeah.
And stack those up to try to find a good balance. Me, I like a medium weight. I've tried a super light mouse and I overshoot it way too much. Yeah, so I had to find a happy medium. Like I said, a lightweight mouse is just not suited for me. I can play with it. I can do fairly well, but that goes into the next topic, which is comfort. If you are going to be playing for any extended period of time, you want to have an experience that's comfortable. Ergonomic designs, those are one things that you can get a plethora of, as opposed to just going to, your Office Depot or your Staples and just picking up the generic no-name brand name mouse. So it's the ergonomics. You can get ambidextrous, which is good for either hand. You can get one for right hand or left-handed. You can get them low profile, high profile, coated, non-coated. By coatings, I mean different types of grips. I've even seen some with fans inside of them to keep your hands from sweating. That was a couple years back. I think that fad finally went away.
It's still around. It's all the Micro Center.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I saw my TV games once. I remember.
Yeah.
Who wants fans? I mean, oh yeah, sweaty palms.
I play a lot of competitive games. I feel it's more gimmicky, like you said, than anything else. They even had controllers, if you remember back on the 360.
The original Xbox had them too. Yep.
And the PlayStation 2 and the 3 that had fans built into the controllers. It's just a gimmick. It's another cash grab. I don't feel that you're really going to benefit from anything like that.
Yeah, I remember when I saw them, I was like, oh, they have fans for sweaty. Oh, that's cool. Would you buy it? Oh, no. Hell no.
Yeah. But ergonomics are really important, especially if you're playing with the keyboard and the mouse, and even controllers. They don't just make these controllers and they think that, just because they want it to look that way. It's about placement of your arms, where you're going to have them next to you, how close they are to you whenever you hold it, how far away are they? Because fatigue and strain is real, because a lot of people can get carpal tunnel, from prolonged use of a mouse and typing on a keyboard. Ergonomics are very important, and a lot of your gaming peripherals cover those bases with either wrist rests, or like I said, different ergonomic styles of your mouse that you can choose from. Even some wrist rests for your mice. I don't particularly use those. I use a keyboard wrist rest, but I don't use one for my mouse. I just feel like it's just too constraining for me. But it is an option. Another topic that we could discuss would be durability. Gaming peripherals are typically built to withstand a little more wear and tear that comes along with the frequent use, and can make them a better investment in the long run. Again, it's like anything else. You pay for what you get. Don't get me wrong. Gaming peripherals are not cheap. They're overpriced. But
Well, but overpriced, number one, is relative. Two, there's a range, right?
Right.
I mean, it's not
Right.
always.
yeah, you've got
I know
different
what you're saying.
budgets.
Yeah, I know what you.
Yeah.
But your point stands. Your point stands.
Yeah. Again, like I said, overpriced, sure, but it depends on what your budget is, right? So that's subjective. I would say quality seems to be a little better, from my experience with these, especially with like a Razer or a Steel Series or a Corsair, your staples that's been around for a good while.
The ones that have earned our trust.
Yeah. Sometimes they can lose it too, but yeah, for the most part, I've not had any issues with any of those companies' products in recent years. I think I did in one time in the past have one Razer mouse die on me. The sensor went out, but I'm still not sure if it was my fault. I think I may have got something into the mouse, but that's debatable. So durability is another thing. Like I said, if you're spending this money, you want to make sure that it's invested wisely, or as wise as we can, and get something that lasts a little longer than your average everyday cheaper accessory. Because you can get mice and keyboards for pennies on the dollar nowadays. They're very cheap options that are out there. Will it work in a pinch? Absolutely. Is it going to hold up? Probably not, because they use lesser switches and, I'll say lesser quality switches and sensors and things like that. They're probably not going to hold up and stand the test of time.
In other words, if I'm understanding correctly, you should aim for peripherals that are gonna allow you to play as good as you are, and not as good as the peripherals allow you to play.
Right. Yep. Yeah, because... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm going to steer you off topic.
No, you're fine. Go right ahead, Brett.
I was just going to say the durability aspect too is it's regarding not everybody's kind to their hardware.
Mm-hmm.
So buying something cheap like the freebie Dell mice that come with your computer,
Yeah.
those might get beat up pretty hard in a CSGO match, but your gaming mouse is a bit thicker skinned, so it's going to hold up a bit more.
Yeah, there's a lot of desk slamming that could happen on one of those cheap mice. Let's just
To say the least. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not one of those people, but
Sure you're not.
that's my original controller actually, 96. Yeah, I don't throw a controller.
I've still got all mine. I take care of all my stuff too. So I'm
There you
right
go.
there with you.
Yeah.
Now, whenever I was a youngster, that was a different story. Whenever I was a kid, before I had to buy my own stuff.
Yeah.
So there was many days that I would get frustrated with Super Mario Brothers and throw a Nintendo controller until my dad saw me do it once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That didn't go over so
Once.
yeah, once.
Stop.
Say
it.
once.
Mm-hmm.
He made sure it will never happen again.
Right. Well, never happened when he was around.
Exactly.
We'll say that. Another thing that you could take into consideration is multi-device compatibility. Gaming peripherals are often designed to be compatible with a wide range of devices, including gaming consoles and PC, especially on the wireless side now, since that's come into mainstream. There are people that will use the same mouse at home and out with their laptop, just because it's convenient. But these gaming peripherals, they are widely compatible, except for your proprietary controllers, of course, that you've got on your Xbox and your PlayStation. Those aren't going to work together. But they can work with the Switch, which is odd, because Nintendo will use either your Switch controller, you can use an Xbox controller, you can use a PlayStation controller, just because it's standard Bluetooth. But Sony and Microsoft, they don't play well. They use one or the other on their consoles. You can use a wired mouse or a wireless mouse now on all consoles. It's actually baked into the games now. A lot of your gaming consoles now, the lines really blurred with PC gaming over the past 4 years, with the introduction of the newest PlayStation and Xbox having the ability to play at 4K 60 or 4K 120. So some people are making the decision to just play on the console, but may have played on the PC prior to and are used to a mouse and a keyboard because it's way more accurate than any controller. These game companies have now started incorporating mouse and keyboard play on consoles,
which is fascinating, honestly.
Which is really cool, to be honest with you. And these gaming companies, again, two that stand out right off the top of my head are Razer and Cougar. They have keyboard with a slide out tray that comes out from under it that has a place for your mouse to where you can play on your couch.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I have seen that. Yep.
Yeah, so they are, I'm not sure how well it sells, because you could get a tray table and pull it up to you and use it probably a little more comfortably, I would say, as opposed to having it set lowly in your lap. But again, they're trying to cater to it. But a lot of times nowadays, that experience is moved away from the couch to a desk, because everybody's wanting to stream. They want to be on Twitch or they want to be on YouTube. So it's a lot more feasible now to have a laptop sitting here, your game console sitting here, and your peripherals plugged directly into your game console, and you're playing like you would on a PC. It's very interesting time that we're in, and the lines are getting really blurred between consoles and PCs.
Hey, Glendon, is there such... I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Jerry.
Is there such thing as a gaming keyboard with analog sensitivity keys? In which...
Yes.
Yes? Is that a thing?
Yeah, it is a thing. I actually purchased one about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
Mine is the Apex Pro 10 keyless from SteelSeries, and it uses Hall effects sensors, which are magnetic, and you can adjust the actuation point.
That's
how
nice.
far down it is before it actuates and then releases, and then that reactuation point.
That's
so
awesome.
basically, like if you were playing a game on a console, and a lot of times in these first-person shooters, you click the left thumbstick to run, right?
Yeah.
Or you can pull your left trigger or your right trigger on a racing game for your throttle.
Yeah,
It
that's...
applies now on these keys. Like if you want to push in and barely travel forward, then you can just lightly tap in the W key.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
And
because
then
I
if you want
almost...
to full on go into a sprint, then you can push it all the way down.
Yeah, that's what made me play with the controller. I mostly do GTA races, and to control the throttle with a keyboard, just a non-pressure sensitive keyboard, it's horrible because you're either accelerating or you are not.
Yeah.
And
It's just binary, ones and zeros. It's on or it's off. But with these new sensors and new switches that are out there, you have a different range that you have for that actuation.
yeah, so that opens the door to a whole lot of actual gaming possibilities with keyboards.